11 Bad Habits That Damage Your Brain. The everyday hustle and bustle can sometimes be exhausting. Many people deal with stress every day, coming from work, family issues, health concerns, and financial obligations. These are parts of everyday life that commonly contribute to heightened stress levels. And in the process, you do a few things you know you shouldn't. We all do. But some of these bad habits not only harm you physically, but also dent your mental capabilities and take a toll on your brain. Welcome to True Well Mind. If you're new here, please hit the subscribe button for an everyday dose of healthy lifestyle tips. The brain is undoubtedly not just one of the largest organs of the body, but also one of the most important. It is the controlling center for every single thing you do and the way you generally function. But it is also one of the most delicate organs that your body has. In today's video, we're going to be going through a list of 11 brain-damaging activities you may be doing every day and not even know it. Let's dive into it. Counting down from number 11, lacking enough sleep. Yeah, we have to get that job done, sometimes working overnight to make sure we complete it, but aside from the fact that your brain will temporarily not be at its best, when denied some rest, it can also have a long-term consequence. Not getting enough sleep can be a major cause of dementia, including Alzheimer's disease. It is incredibly important to have regular sleeping hours. If you find yourself having trouble sleeping, avoid alcohol, caffeine, and your gadgets in the evening, yes, including that laptop and phone, and in no time, you will begin a soothing bedtime ritual. Number 10. Taking too much salt. Everywhere you look, books, blogs, websites, and TV shows bombard us with how sugar can be harmful to your health. Your body's sugar level is well taken care of, but after all these years of sugar bashing, now you can add another ingredient to the list of nutritional villains, and that is salt. A study exposed salt as one factor contributing to high blood pressure, and indeed, many researchers have proven that a high intake of salt increases the risk of high blood pressure, which in turn can lead to minor cognitive deficits and an increased risk of stroke. A higher risk of stroke can cause quite severe damage to your brain. Number 9. Taking too much sugar. You didn't think sugar would be missing from this list now, did you? Of course not. Sugar is hidden in basically everything that goes into our bodies these days. But too much consumption of sugar over a prolonged period of time disrupts our body's ability to absorb nutrients and proteins. This will in turn cause malnutrition, and the condition hinders brain development. This is because the body does not have enough nutrients in the bloodstream, thus not pumping sufficient nutrients to the brain, hindering its development. Number 8. Smoking. Smoking is another horrible habit. It's one of the worst things you can do for your overall health, and that includes your brain health as well. When you smoke, it damages your blood vessels and causes chronic inflammation, which can lead to stroke and cognitive decline. People who smoke are also twice as likely to develop dementia. If you smoke, quitting is the best thing you can do for your brain and, of course, your body. Number 7. Having too much me time. Well, we all crave alone time every now and then, but humans are wired for social contact. It's not just about how many Facebook friends you have. What really matters is a real sense of connection. Socialization is incredibly important to your brain's health. Spending too much time locked up alone can be just as bad for your brain as not sleeping enough. When you're constantly around other people, your brain gets stimulation from social interaction, and you become happier and more productive. But when you're by yourself all the time, your brain doesn't get that same stimulation. This can lead to depression, anxiety, and even dementia. If you want to keep your brain healthy, call some friends or start something new: salsa dancing, tennis, or anything that involves other people. Just make sure you're spending time with friends and family regularly. Number 6. Blasting your headphones. Listening to music is a great way to relax and unwind, but if you blast your headphones, you could be damaging your hearing. Even as little as 30 minutes can cause hearing damage, and once you damage your hearing, it's permanent. While hearing loss is a problem of its own, people with hearing loss are also more likely to develop Alzheimer's disease. Some researchers postulate that this is because the brain works too hard on hearing that it's unable to also store memories of what's being heard. Therefore, if you want to keep your brain healthy, make sure you're listening to music at a safe level and for no more than a couple hours at a time. Number 5. Air pollution. When it comes to the health impacts of air pollution, most people think of lung and heart diseases. However, a growing body of research suggests our brains could be at risk as well. Over the past decade, researchers have found that high levels of air pollution may damage children's cognitive abilities, increase adults' risk of cognitive decline, and possibly even contribute to depression. Our brain needs plenty of oxygen to function properly. Continuously inhaling polluted air decreases the oxygen supply to the body and brain, translating into a decreased brain efficiency. Number 4. Sitting for too long. Sitting is one of the worst things you can do for your overall health, especially when it's in a bad posture. A new study reports that people who are more sedentary have thinning in brain regions linked to memory. It finds that sitting isn't just a physical health risk, it's a neurological risk as well. Being too stationary can lead to all sorts of health problems, including obesity, heart disease, and diabetes. And all of these health problems can damage your brain and increase the risk of developing dementia. If you want to keep your brain healthy, reduce the amount of sitting you do by adopting interventions like moderate walking, walking while working, even for just 10 minutes at a time in stand-up meetings. It offers the opportunity to sit more and move less. Too much food. Now, this one you're not going to like, and yes, maybe we're a little too harsh on the old lifestyle advice we talked about in the beginning, but eating healthy is actually quite valuable for your body's health and for your brain too. A study published in the journal Neurology in 2012 examined 6,000 people who were on average 50 years old. 10 years later, the same participants were examined once again, and the results show that the ones who were overweight had a 22% higher deterioration of the cognitive functions than their slimmer counterparts. Overeat for too long and you may get dangerously overweight, which can cause heart disease, diabetes, and a high blood pressure, all linked to brain problems and Alzheimer's. Number 2, spending too much time in the dark. If you spend too much time in the dark, your brain doesn't get enough exposure to sunlight. This can lead to problems like seasonal affective disorder and depression. If you want to keep your brain healthy, make sure you're getting plenty of sunlight every day. Open those shades every now and then, and make sure you get outside from time to time. And number 1, cell phones. Electromagnetic fields exude radiation. Exposure to radiation for an extended period is injurious to your health. Using your mobile all day and sleeping with it placed next to you will do the same. A Swedish study found that the radiation from the cell phone may even be responsible for headaches and confusion. Many studies claim a definitive link between mobile phone radiation and many cancers, including brain tumors. But you don't need to ditch your cell phone because of this. Consumer Reports recommends a few precautions that we can take to minimize their harmful impact. Use earphones if you have to talk for a long duration, or on speaker mode if possible. Try to keep your cell phone away from your body. Don't keep it in the pocket of your pant or shirt. Keep it in a bag if you're traveling. Try to send text messages for shorter conversations. These are just a few of the habits that can hurt your brain. If you want to keep your brain healthy, make sure you're aware of these habits and avoid them as much as possible. Remember, your brain is a delicate organ, and it needs to be treated with care. Your brain will thank you for it. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.